Greetings, my dear friends. Welcome to Zeus's Storytime. I am Zeus, the Greek god of wisdom and adventure. Today, I will share with you a tale called The Birth of the Olympians, Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, and the Dawn of Greek Mythology, a story from the mighty Greek legends that teaches us courage and cleverness. Let's dive into the world of gods and heroes. Long ago, before the world was bright and full of laughter, the sky stretched endlessly above the earth, and the mountains reached high, their peaks hidden by swirling clouds. Deep beneath the earth, and the shadowy halls of the Titans, my father Cronus ruled with a heavy hand. Cronus, mighty and fearful, was haunted by a prophecy that one of his own children would rise up and take his throne. So, with each child my mother Rhea brought into the world, Cronus swallowed them whole, hoping to keep his power forever. My sisters and brothers, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, each vanished into the darkness of Cronus's belly, their cries echoing in the silent halls. My mother Rhea's heart ached with sorrow, and the earth itself seemed to weep with her. Yet hope, like a tiny flame, flickered in her soul. She could not bear to lose another child, and so, when it was time for me to be born, she sought help from her wise mother, Gaia, the great earth goddess. On a stormy night, when thunder rumbled and rain danced upon the leaves, I came into the world. Rhea wrapped me in soft cloth and cradled me close, her tears mingling with the rain. With gentle hands, Gaia guided her to a secret cave on the lush island of Crete, far from Cronus's watchful eyes. There, hidden among the ancient trees and the singing streams, Rhea left me in the care of the gentle nymphs and the sturdy goat Amalthea, who nourished me with her sweet milk. While Cronus slept, Rhea returned to his side, carrying a bundle of stones wrapped in baby clothes. She handed the bundle to Cronus, who, without a second glance, swallowed it whole. Satisfied, he believed he had devoured his last child, never suspecting the clever trick my mother had played. In the quiet cave, I grew strong, my laughter echoing through the hills, watched over by the nymphs and guarded by the fierce Cuorites, who clashed their shields to drown out my cries whenever Cronus passed near. As seasons turned and the world blossomed, I learned of my siblings' fate. My heart burned with determination to free them and bring hope back to our family. The nymphs taught me the secrets of the earth and the sky, and Amalthea's kindness filled me with courage. I gazed at the stars each night, dreaming of the day I would stand tall and face my father, not with fear, but with wisdom and strength. The winds whispered ancient songs, and the trees swayed as if cheering me on. I knew the time would come when I must leave the safety of the cave and journey into the unknown. With every sunrise, I felt my power growing, my spirit shining brighter. I was not alone. The love of my mother, the wisdom of Gaia, and the laughter of the nymphs were woven into my very being. And so, my dear friends, the tale of my birth and the hope that blossomed in the darkest times began. The world awaited the dawn of the Olympians, and I, Zeus, was ready to bring light, courage, and new beginnings to all. Long after I had grown strong and wise in that hidden cave, the time came for me to leave the safety of my secret home. The world beyond was vast and full of dangers, but also of wonders. My heart beat with courage, and my mind was sharp with the knowledge the nymphs had shared. I knew I must face my father, Cronus, and free my brothers and sisters from his terrible belly. The earth trembled beneath my feet as I stepped into the light, the sun warming my skin and the breeze whispering promises of change. With the help of the wise goddess Métis, I found a clever way to defeat Cronus. She gave me a potion, bitter and strong, that would make my father vomit, releasing all he had swallowed. I approached Cronus with steady steps, hiding my true purpose behind a calm face. When the moment was right, I gave him the potion. His eyes widened, and soon he retched and heaved, until one by one, my siblings emerged, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, alive and unharmed, though weary from their long imprisonment. Joy and relief filled my heart as I embraced them, feeling the strength of family bind us together. But our troubles were far from over. Cronus, furious and vengeful, would not give up his throne easily. Together, we fled to Mount Olympus, a place of towering peaks and endless skies, where the air was crisp and the clouds seemed close enough to touch. There, we prepared for the great battle that would decide the fate of the world. My brothers and sisters, each with their own powers and gifts, stood by my side. Poseidon, with his mighty trident, commanded the seas. Hades ruled the shadowy underworld. Hera, wise and strong, was a queen among gods. Demeter, gentle and nurturing, blessed the earth with life, and Hestia, calm and steady, guarded the sacred flame. Together, we were the Olympians, a family united by hope and courage. The battle against Cronus and the Titans was fierce and long. Thunder roared, lightning flashed, and the very ground shook beneath our feet. But we fought with all our might, guided by wisdom and the desire for a new beginning. In the end, we triumphed, and the Titans were cast down. Their reign ended forever. Peace returned to the world, and the age of the Olympian gods began. Mount Olympus became our home, a place of beauty and power, where we watched over mortals and shared our stories. The sky stretched wide above us, filled with stars that told tales of heroes and gods. And so, from the darkness of fear and danger, hope was born anew, lighting the way for all who dared to dream and be brave. The years that followed our victory over Cronus were filled with new challenges and wondrous adventures. As the youngest and the one who had led the charge, I took my place as the king of the gods, ruling from the shining heights of Mount Olympus. But ruling was not just about power, it was about wisdom, fairness, and protecting those who could not protect themselves. My siblings and I each had our roles to play, and together, we shaped the world in ways both grand and gentle. Hera, my sister and queen, watched over marriage and family, ensuring love and loyalty flourished among mortals. Poseidon, with his mighty trident, ruled the vast oceans, stirring the waves and calming storms. Hades, though ruler of the shadowy underworld, was just and fair, guiding the souls of the dead to their rest. Demeter, gentle and nurturing, brought forth the harvests that fed the people, and Hestia kept the sacred fires burning, a symbol of home and hearth. Though we were gods, we too faced trials. Sometimes, the mortals would forget to honor us, or the Titans would seek revenge. But through it all, we stood firm, bound by the promise of hope and new beginnings. I learned that true strength came not just from thunderbolts or mighty battles, but from patience, kindness, and the courage to do what was right. One day, as I looked across the lands and seas, I saw children playing beneath the trees, their laughter ringing like music. I thought of my own childhood, hidden away in that secret cave, and I knew that every ending was also a beginning. The story of the Olympians was not just about gods and power, it was about survival, hope, and the endless possibilities that come when we dare to believe in a better tomorrow. So, my dear friends, remember this: even in the darkest times, when fear seems to close in, there is always a spark of light waiting to be found. Courage and cleverness can change the world, just as they changed mine. And with love and wisdom, we can all be heroes in our own stories. The tale of the birth of the Olympians is a story of hope, strength, and the power of family. It reminds us that no matter the challenges we face, new beginnings are always possible, and the future is ours to shape. Now, my dear friends, as our story draws to its close, let me share with you the greatest lesson this tale holds. The birth of the Olympians was not just a story of gods and battles, it is a story of survival against all odds. Of hope shining through the darkest moments, and of new beginnings that arise when we are brave and clever. My mother Rhea's love, the nymph's care, and the courage that grew within me remind us all that even when the world seems full of fear, there is always a way to find light and strength. Remember, too, that family, whether by blood or by bond, is a source of great power. Together, my siblings and I overcame the mightiest of foes and built a new world filled with promise. And so can you, in your own lives, by standing strong, helping one another, and never giving up hope. I hope you enjoyed this story about the birth of the Olympians, Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, and the dawn of Greek mythology. The lesson we learned today is that courage and cleverness, combined with love and hope, can overcome even the greatest challenges. Remember to carry this wisdom with you, and be courageous and clever every day. Join me again soon for more tales from the Greek legends. Till I see you again, farewell my dear friends. If you enjoyed this episode, Please consider subscribing and clicking the bell icon next to the subscribe button to receive notifications whenever a new story is posted. Don't forget to share your thoughts about this tale in the comments. It really helps us keep bringing you more wonderful stories. Also, be sure to check out at Odin the Allfather Storytime for more amazing mythology stories and adventures.